Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Mimi, of course. If you're new here, cue the intro. So I hope you watched my last video. If you haven't, definitely go ahead and check it out. It's day one of my weekend in Antigua Guatemala. Day one was a success. I think we had a very good time and I really hope you enjoyed that video. And so we're on to day two. Yay! Like I mentioned in the last video, we are going to Hobbitenango, the Hobbit village in Antigua Guatemala. And it's about half an hour from where we're staying. So we're just going to head on out to collect our armbands. We already paid for the entrance yesterday. It was 50 quetzales per person. So we have to go to the Hobbitenango office to do that. I want to visit the arch one more time. Today is the last day here for us. We only spent a night in Antigua Guatemala. If you have the opportunity to spend at least 3 nights, even a week, I would suggest you do that. One day is just not enough. I'm not sure we'll be able to do everything that we wanted to do on this trip, but we definitely had a great time. And at least I can show you that it can be done. You can explore Antigua Guatemala in one day. We want to also have breakfast at a restaurant called Caoba Farms. I'll definitely take you guys along with me. And we'll see what else we get up to today before we head back to Guatemala City, where we're actually staying. I did mention in the previous video that we're not on vacation. That's the reason why we can only spend one night in Antigua Guatemala. So we have to go back to our regular 9 to 5 daily life from Monday to Friday. So we want to get back home in Guatemala City to just get ready for the weekend, that kind of thing. This Airbnb was decent for one night. Comfortable, clean, no complaints. And we are heading out. It's another beautiful day in Antigua Guatemala. It's a little windy this morning, but I like it. The air is fresh and crisp and clean. I'm sorry if the camera is cutting off my head. It's because the cobblestones, they're kind of rough to walk on. So if you're traveling to Antigua Guatemala, wear comfortable shoes. All right, that Escalade was driving very slowly beside me. I was kind of wondering why he was driving so slowly, but I guess he was trying to be mindful of us as well because the road is narrow. But yeah, wear comfortable shoes. Heels is not it, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell you what type of shoes to wear, whether heels or flats or sandals. Just make sure your shoes are comfortable because these cobblestones are very hard to walk on. That's why I'm kind of wobbling around. Guatemala City is definitely much colder than Antigua. It was very hot yesterday. This morning it's pretty early, like after 8:30 or 8:40 thereabout, and the air is just windy, cool and nice. My hope is that I'll be able to see the volcanoes clearly from a distance today. Yesterday we could see them, but there were some clouds that were hiding like the peak of the volcanoes. At the ATM to get some cash, so we made it to the Hobbitenango office. We just got our armbands and now we're gonna walk like a 4 or 5 minute walk to the arch, take some pics and then go find this restaurant. The heat is already starting to set in, guys. We are walking with our backpacks again, so it's making me super hot and tired. Thankfully I have a strong, handsome man to help with my backpack. Thank you, baby. All right, heading to the arch. Guys, I don't know if you can see, but I'm seeing the peak. Wow, gorgeous. finally made it to Caoba Farms, and you're actually dining in the midst of all the plants. It's really, really nice. Gracias. Gracias. You have to come to Caoba Farms. The meal was so good. To know that they use all organic ingredients made it even better. But to be honest with you, it tasted so delicious. It was the healthiest, most delicious French toast I've ever had. So we had a good time there, and I just love how they set up the place. We actually get to walk through the vegetable farm, and it's just a really nice vibe. Now we're waiting on our Uber to come and pick us up to take us to Hobbitenango. Señor, volcán de fuego es grande más?
No, el de agua no es grande. El de fuego está pegado aquí. Están ahí, si ya está despejado, los tres hubieran visto así. Uno aquí y todos juntos aquí. Pero como está como nubes, no se pudo ver. Cuando se
Hobbitenango. Now we have to go in the back of a truck. Should be fun. We're actually out of Antigua. Hobbitenango is in an area called Valpe Grande. It's really high in altitude, so it's a bit colder here. We're on our way up to meet the truck, and the views up here are amazing.
tuvieron dos cocas, dos, cuatro.
Ok, ahora suelta no vaqueros, ¿sí?
Tenía 20% de esto.
Just minding his own business.
The truck ride was a blast. Can you tell? The truck ride was interesting, but we made it. We made it to Hobbitenango, the Hobbit village in Guatemala. You guys have seen the views so far. It's quite nice. It's quite a fantasy land that they've created here. The kids are loving it, I can tell you that much. I like it. It's a nice day out. What we're trying to find now is the infamous El Mano, but we can't find it, and I feel like we've been hiking all over. I'll let you know when we find it. It has been quite a day. Hobbitenango requires a bit of physical activity. There's a lot of stairs to climb. It's a lot of incline. So again, make sure you wear your comfortable shoes. Guys, I'm tired. I just can't get enough of the view of the volcano. But yes, today energy is a bit low, but it was still a good day, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the views that I shared with you. So we're heading back to Guatemala City this afternoon, and we honestly don't even know how easy it's going to be to get an Uber or a taxi from Hobbitenango's parking lot to get back into Antigua. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So we're just gonna take it easy for the rest of the afternoon, and then when we get back to Antigua, get an Uber to get back to Guatemala City. So we made it down to the original spot where we were dropped off. But you know, earlier I had mentioned I wasn't sure how easy it was going to be for us to get an Uber from here, because it's kind of remote and up in the hills. We decided to check out some taxis and the prices. There was an option to get an express shuttle from Hobbitenango, which was 125 quetzales, but we somehow thought that it was going to be less expensive than that. Also, we weren't sure if that shuttle was going to take us all the way to Guatemala City, which is ultimately where we want to go. So we ended up coming back to the original spot and checked out the taxis there, and they wanted to charge us 350 quetzales. Come on, guys. I know it's a long distance. It's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half from where we are to Guatemala City. But we know we can get transportation at a lower cost than that. So thankfully, Uber works perfectly here. We were able to order an Uber for 179 quetzales. Mind you, it's more than what the express cost would have been. But at that time, we weren't sure if that cost would take us all the way to Guatemala City. So this Uber we just ordered is going to take us all the way from Hobbitenango, the Hobbitenango pickup point in Valle Grande, to Guatemala City. So I think that's a very reasonable, affordable price. So I'm saying that to say, you know, explore your options when it comes to transportation, and Uber is always a good option. It may seem expensive sometimes, especially in Guatemala City, but you just have to keep trying. Like, cancel the ride and keep trying, and chances are the price will go down. And it doesn't work all the time, but most times it does. So just bear that in mind when it comes to transportation here in Guatemala. So imagine me singing Uber's praises, and when the driver is 8 minutes out, he cancels. This is something else that happens very, very often, guys. You're waiting on your Uber, he's 2 minutes out and he cancels. So we managed to get another one, but now we have to wait another 21 minutes. Fun times. So we're just gonna grab a coffee at this little spot at the pickup point and just, I mean, we have no other choice but to wait. Mochaccino is perfect right now.